Chris, have you secured the timers video on your screen and are you ready?
Oh, I shall pin the timers video now. There we go. The timers video is pinned.
Perfect. And are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes. I can see you and hear you. Our next contestant is Chris Murphy. Chris Murphy.
So Alex's speech was a speech that was inspiring, but challenging to all of us. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens through you. But did you take that challenge? Did Alex succeed in planting that in your mind? Let's see what he did. What did I like first? I love that it was a personal story. It was that story that wasn't just a story. Ultimately, it was a triumph. Because stories, they get us in. We understand, we picture what's going on. A story paints 1,000 pictures in your mind. Did Alex paint pictures in your mind? But as I said, it was ultimately a triumph. But it was a battle through an emotional journey. And how did Alex bring us into that emotional journey? Well, he used metaphors as well, which we'll talk about later on, but he used the power of 3. Unlovable, not good enough, he didn't matter. He felt alone, lost, not giving a damn. These are things that bring us in to the awfulness that was his world at that time. And we can start to draw towards him, which is the goal of an inspiring story. But how could have Alex drawn us in deeper? Well, one thing I would suggest to Alex is about putting more detail in. A crux point that he said was the point where he was about to commit suicide or considering suicide. Where was he? I was alone in a bedsit. There in front of me was a bottle of pills, and I had to choose life or death. Life or death. We can imagine being there. The awfulness. We're screaming life, and yet we know the answer, but that's how he could have potentially drawn us in more. One other thing Alex might like to think about is about, I want to see the relevance of me in this story. I've never been abused. I've never been in that situation. So what Alex might like to think of is that you don't have to have been abused. You don't have to have had those things happen. It might just be you've had a bad day. It might be that you've just lost your job. It might be that someone's died, or it may be that you have suffered abuse like me. Wherever you are, you have choice in how you respond. What are you going to say? Are you going to let life happen to you, or are you going to let life happen through you, which is that challenge that he gave us? But the triumphant thing about Alex is he gave us metaphor after metaphor after metaphor for us to take meaning, despite the things that I said there. I picked myself off the floor. It's like a ship sunk, a ship who found his coordinates, like a mirror staring back at me, pictures that we could imagine. So I was there and I can take meaning from that story. And as a result, I can grow as a result of Alex's story. So to summarize, add the detail, Alex, so I can kind of imagine it more, make it more relevant to me. But keep going with those stories, the power of 3, and the metaphors to draw me in. Because ultimately, what it was a challenge to me. And so I would say to the audience now, did you take on that challenge? Are you going to let life happen to you, or are you going to let life happen through you? Alex has demonstrated the way. Follow him. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Chris, 1 minute silence for the judges, please.